Hi everyone, thanks again for joining me for this week's Soulmate Oracle reading. Okay, it's Memorial Day weekend and I want to wish all my followers, friends, family from all over a happy Memorial Day weekend. I hope you're having a lot of plans made and you're getting out there as much as you can. Okay, now if you're just landing on this video, my name is Ann and I give general readings, but I focus more in soulmates, twin flames, divine partners, basically to give you direction, to help you give the message from the divine. It's not coming from me. These messages are not from me. They're actually from above that are given to you to use for your highest good. Now, I'm outside right now because it was such a beautiful day and I just wanted to embrace the outdoors before the reading. I'm going to be doing the reading inside, but I would love you to see the beautiful apple tree that I have. I have several of them on my property and I just love coming out here. It's just so gorgeous and I hope you do the same, because when we come outside, we actually absorb the energy from nature, and by absorbing the energy, we lift our vibrations. When we lift our vibrations, we can actually feel the love that is being given to us. It opens up and it aligns our chakras so that we can feel like ourselves. I do a lot of meditation outside and I try to get out as much as I can with walks, time permitting. Sometimes it's like a little hectic, but even if I can get a 5-10 minute walk early in the morning, I am so happy, I am so energized. And if you can do it in a park or if you're near the water, it's the best time to do these things because it energizes you. I call it recharging your batteries, and I even do it in the middle of the day. I can't wait for summer. We're coming close. We're at the end of May, and it's exciting. A lot of the energy right now is a little chaotic for a lot of people because everybody is getting everything crammed up in their schedule, trying to make everything work. And you know what? It's like that for all of us, but take some time out for yourself. I highly recommend that you do this. I just want to also thank all my new subscribers. Thank you, all of you for my for the comments, for the likes, the shares, the reposts. I mean, and reaching out to me with your stories, with your situations, because I want to interact with you. But I just want to say thank you all, because it means a lot to me, and I want to do more for you all, and I'm going to. I'm not saying I may, I will. You guys all mean so much to me, and if you have any questions, please post them down in the comments area, because I do try to answer them as quickly as I can, even if I'm super busy, if I'm on the go. That's why we have our little smartphones, because we are able to do all of these things on the go. Okay, and if you're not subscribed, I really hope you can. I release a video every week, a soulmate twin flame oracle reading. Usually on a Saturday, sometimes on Sundays, depending on my schedule. But what I try to do is do it on a weekly basis. So I've been pretty good with it this past year and a half, and I plan to do more videos. I have more on my itinerary, what I'm going to be doing general readings and maybe even a live video. If there is something you would like me to talk about, a specific topic, please put that in the comments area. You're also welcome to look through my other videos. I have a lot of Q&A videos for soulmates and twin flames that may help you with your situation, to give you a little bit more answers if you have any questions. And also, if you would like to get your own personalized reading, you can do so on my blogs. I have several links down below that you can order either a phone, chat, or email reading, and also check out my articles that I also have on my blogs that you're more than welcome to check out. Okay, so I think that's about it. Let's go to the reading. Okay, I've meditated and shuffled the cards, asking the angels to give us a divine message that we need to hear and to use for our highest good, whatever that may be, whatever Spirit wants us to eliminate out of our lives, or what we need to do in our lives to empower ourselves to make things better. And the cards that I used were the very beautiful Sacred Power reading cards by Anna Stark. Very beautiful deck. I just received these cards for Mother's Day from my beautiful sister Mary. Okay, and the first card that I pulled, Soul Journey. Now, this is representing the divine masculine. Divine masculine right now is on a soul journey. He is trying to gather everything he can to use whatever it is in his life to make himself happy. And as you can see, this card is like a dream. It's kind of like if you were wandering in a dream. I mean, this is the way sometimes my dreams look. There's this beautiful kingdom or a city, spiritual city that is gorgeous, and it's filled with light and lots of illuminating power. As you can see, it's gorgeous. I love all the colors. I'm just discovering these cards, so I'm gazing through them just as you are. And as you can see, these are all souls. They're not necessarily people, because actually people are souls. Souls that are wandering, sometimes souls that are lost, sometimes souls that are just trying to make things a better place, which we all try to do. And now, as I was saying, the divine masculine needs to come out of his shell. He has been stuck, but as we've been seeing, there's been a pattern with him, and I've been seeing this a lot with my clients, because the awakening that has been happening with the divine masculine is basically because he's been at a stagnant area. I mean, if we look at it, we can see that nothing has been moving with the divine masculine. Divine masculine wants those changes. The divine masculine needs those changes, but the divine masculine doesn't know how to find those changes. So he's going through like exploring. It's like he's on autopilot, and what he needs to do is he needs to find his true center. Now, if you're finding yourself with someone that just is not giving enough and is just not supporting you in your daily activities or the things that you believe in, and is constantly bringing you down with, I mean, I'm not saying that this person is a man or this person is a woman, but it is representing the divine masculine. Divine masculine sometimes can pull us down because there's a lot of energy of ego or energy of I want this and I need this in my life and that's the way it's going to be. You can't pay attention to it. You can't look at it as the divine masculine is overpowering you and you're never going to win, because that's not true. Because the divine masculine now is starting to look at everything, starting to put the pieces together. Like we said in the previous few readings, it's been like there's been awakening happening, and boy, when it happens, it sure does explode. And that's what's happening. I can see a lot of energy coming from the divine masculine with this card. And I just know that there is something that's about to change, something that's about to happen, not knowing exactly what that may be, because everybody is different, and I've explained this many a times in my previous readings. This is not a reading specifically for one particular type of soul connection. We have several. And what you need to do is you need to find your self balance, your spiritual balance, I should say. I can't tell you what that may be. All I can do is advise you and just try to help you so that you can find it, direct your path. The divine masculine is starting to take a look and starting to notice. So with this relationship that you're in, and if this person is not supporting you or hasn't been supporting you, maybe it's your husband or your wife or just someone that you're living with, your partner, is not giving to you everything that you're looking for. Maybe because that person doesn't see themselves for who they are. I mean, self-discovery is very important here. And as you can see, that's where the divine masculine is. Now, the next card is another card of the divine masculine, but we go into the divine feminine on this side. So I'm just going to clarify that, because a lot of people have asked me what area is the divine masculine, divine feminine. Now, divine masculine is inside of all of us, just like the divine feminine is inside of all of us. So we cannot just say that this is all for the man and this is all for the woman. Remember, it's a certain balance, and whatever resonates with you, take what it is, because it's a message coming to you from the divine, as I mentioned before. The next card, intuition. Oh, I love purple. I think it's one of my favorite colors. And as you can see, this looks like it's coming from the third eye, I think. Yes, it's from the third eye. And we know what that represents. The third eye, the crown chakra, it's all from above. It's all coming through. There's direct intuition that you're getting, direct intuition that is coming through. And as you can look into this eye, you can see that there's something looking back at you. It's not just you looking at a card with an eye, but actually it's a reflection of something. It's a reflection of something that's inside of you, but not necessarily the physical. Intuition is, we are getting more from this. And this is another example of the divine masculine, is starting to see things where he hasn't noticed before. Like I said, he is starting to awaken, starting to open his eyes, starting to see that I can do this. I can actually live my life and feel good about myself, because a divine masculine doesn't exactly feel too positive about themselves. You know, there's a lot of ego and I'm not going to say that it's negativity and a hard energy about the divine masculine, but we've seen this before. And the divine masculine goes from one moment to the next moment. We can never really put like our finger on it, why the divine masculine goes from one end to the other end. He is struggling just like the divine feminine. They both are struggling. They both are, we want to say, like there's a certain energy that is trying to emerge to bring in the divine masculine and the divine feminine together. So right here you can see that he is starting to take a notice at what he has been doing in his life, and he's starting to see that it's time for him to start opening his eyes, opening his heart, and releasing any pain, because there's a pain body inside the divine masculine. Basically, he's holding on to something that he's never really acknowledged or healed from, or there is something. We all have it too. We all carry it. And sometimes if we don't release it, we can actually carry it on into every single relationship. Yes, because if this person is not treating you right, maybe you're getting a flashback from someone that didn't treat you right 10 years ago, and you don't even think about that person from 10 years. You're actually carrying on something, and that person is actually helping you to realize it's time to release it. The person that you may be with is helping you to find yourself, because you two both can't be together and happy if you're still carrying something on, and vice versa, if they feel the same way. I mean, this can go both ways. If she is just holding on to a relationship that doesn't mean anything to her, and she keeps putting it into her current situation, and this is the main reason why she doesn't see this person to be anything more than just the same pattern. You have to eliminate the pattern, erase it, move on from it, because that pattern is going to go on and on and on. Every time you say the words, why can't I find the right person? But though you're in love with this person that you're currently with, or you're trying to find that right person in your life, and you keep finding yourself going in circles. Intuition is telling you to follow your heart, follow the gut, because the intuition is telling you to look inside yourself, because that is the only way you are going to find the peace and serenity inside your heart. So when we look inside ourselves, we can see the damage that may have been done previously. It is not permanent damage. It can always be released, and it can always be healed. Remember, you are in charge. You have the intuition. You get the messages. When the messages come to you, you know that they are directly given to you, and you have to just try to accept it. When we sometimes don't get the messages that we want, we get frustrated, and I'm not saying we create anxiety for ourselves, but everybody wants to hear what they want to hear. And many times when you get a reading, spiritual advice, or any type of advice, when you're not ready to hear it, ego is taking over and saying, I don't want to hear this. And this is a time when you should focus on what the divine is telling you. And the message is here. Release and surrender everything that is being held back from you in order to receive. Because you're not going to get the messages because you're actually putting barriers up. And the only way that's going to change is if you make that change. So remember, two wrongs don't make a right. If you're in a relationship, or trying to get into a relationship, or trying to reconcile with someone, if you don't look beyond what is on the surface and look what happened previously to you, maybe not with this particular situation, but something else, release it. Forgive yourself. Allow yourself the room to make mistakes and heal from it. I mean, we all make mistakes, and we all do this. So just try your best not to let that I don't know, that heaviness, sometimes it just gets to us, okay? So the next card, self-love. And as you can see, this card is very beautiful. Like I said, I'm discovering these cards. I've been looking at them and using them for myself and for a few of my clients. And I have to say that I get messages and inspiration from them every time I look at them. And I'm just looking at this one, and I'm noticing something that I just noticed that I didn't notice before. There's a woman here. This is the divine feminine, by the way. And the divine feminine has a young girl deep inside. I don't know if you can see that, but incredible how this young girl is inside this larger girl, I mean adult with the inner child. It's an inner child emerging, beautiful light, beautiful love. And sometimes we have to see that. When the divine feminine doesn't see things for what they are, she wants to give up, and she doesn't want to start over again. She's not looking at her life in a productive way. She's actually doing the total opposite. When she does the total opposite, she's rejecting her blessings. And when I say blessings, I don't mean money blessings. I'm talking about blessings with light, blessings with love, peace, prosperity. I mean, it all comes together. We all need things in our life. We all have necessities in our life. But if she's not giving herself the self-love, there's no love there for anyone else. There is no room to grow with anyone. And when that happens, it seems to backfire on any relationship that you get involved with. I'm sorry to say this, but it happens to everyone. When we're not giving ourselves and we're giving too much to that person, you know what happens. We end up feeling like we're deprived, because what we expect back is what we give out. And not that that person doesn't have feelings or love you or care about you, but that person doesn't understand, because you need to love yourself first. And we don't do that. When you find yourself in a relationship where you feel like you're being abused, or I mean, abuse is never acceptable. I always say physical abuse, mental abuse, it's never good to take. You should always put a block to it or not allow it to happen. Do something about it. But when you're feeling like you're neglected and you're not getting the light from that person as you're giving to them, well, you neglect yourself and you may let yourself go. And this is a time to start doing things for yourself. We're in the beginning of summer or beginning of winter, coming into it anyways. And it's a beautiful time for new energies to expand and for us to start doing things for ourselves. I like to do self-maintenance on myself. I like to color my hair. I like to, get facials and manicures and whatever that may be, massages. I mean, whatever your thing is, you need to do this. You need to focus on yourself. You need to take care of yourself, and I guarantee you, your higher self is going to love you even more for it, because you're doing something for someone, and that is you. By loving yourself, not only are you making yourself glow and you're raising your vibration, but you're feeling better and you're looking better, and sometimes even a little exercise, get out and start moving. Exercise, start, maybe I like to clean my patio or clean the garden out from weeds, and I mean, everything can happen. I mean, anything that makes you feel like you're getting rid of clutter, getting rid of dust, getting rid of debris, anything that just doesn't serve a purpose. And yes, sometimes we have to do what we have to do, and we have to just, take ourselves out and just really get in there and clean. I do this all the time when it's something that just bothers me and I have to do it. This is another form of just eliminating anything that doesn't serve a purpose, because that's where the base comes with love. If you're not loving yourself, loving the surroundings you're in, you're not going to feel the love that that person is going to give you. I guarantee you, you may not be accepting the love that they're giving you because you're not loving yourself. And it makes sense. If you think about it, how can I love myself? How can I accept them loving me if I can't love myself? If I'm not giving myself the self-love that I need, the self-care that I need, I'm not taking care of myself the way I should, or I've let myself go. I hear a lot of, I gained weight, I've let my muscle tone go, I need to start doing more yoga, I need to start getting back into my normal routine. Maybe you've done it 10 years ago, 5 years ago, maybe a month ago. Whenever you started, you can always start back. So whatever happened previously can always begin again. So just remember, self-care is self-love. Loving yourself so that you can accept the love. It all comes from the heart chakra. Like I said, Divine Feminine needs love right now, and that's you. She needs to feel love. And that little girl, that little inner child is shining. She's going to just like explode with love. Trust me, you have to do this. You have to try. I'm going to do it, and I hope you all can do the same, because it is phenomenal when you do something for yourself and you feel great because you've done it. That's why every day, I'm not going to go on, but every day I try to get in some exercise, even if it's just for a 20-minute walk, you know, a short workout. I'm doing something for myself and I feel good about it. Okay, so the last card, affirmations. Oh, this is very different. Wow. I love this card. Beautiful. Affirmations, and we can gaze into it as we can see all the chakras, the 7 chakras. And affirmations, along with meditation, along with focusing on the healing, the positive, the things that serve a higher purpose in our life, to gain that higher strength in ourselves. Because when we're not gaining it, we're actually letting ourselves go. When we say a positive affirmation, understand something. We are proclaiming positivity. You heard me. We are proclaiming positive energy into our lives. When you start to say, I know we talk about positive affirmations every day, and you can get many books, you can make your own. I mean, you can get very creative. I like to make my own. But when you do this, you're putting this out into the universe and the intention to empower yourself to make things better. I really stress the fact that a lot of us don't do it. A lot of us just, you know, say we're going to do it, but we wake up in the morning, you know, go to work, come home and say, oh, I forgot my affirmations. I mean, I hear this all the time. Or I forgot to meditate, or I had no time and I should. Or just anything that has to do with positive energy. Why would you skip out on something that's going to make you feel beautiful and loved inside? Because when you skip out one day, it turns into 2 days and 3 days. I understand sometimes it gets hectic. We're not able, I should say, we're not able to do it. Maybe something happened and it slipped our mind. That should not happen. You should always, if your daily routine is prayer, mine is always prayer and meditation. As soon as I wake up, I don't hesitate. I don't pick up my smartphone. I don't do anything. But the first thing I do when I wake up, I pray and I meditate, and I put the most positive energy before I step out of bed. And if it takes me 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and sometimes I may even fall back to sleep. But that is still, my intention is, I am going to do this. Wake up in the morning feeling refreshed before you start to go on with your day. And then if your life gets a little hectic, then you can say, well, I have to slow down and I have to just meditate on myself, and I have to stop worrying. I have to stop looking at things so negatively, because that's where your positive affirmations come in. When you do this in the morning, you've already said from the start, this is going to be an amazing, beautiful day. You've already said it. You've already proclaimed it. So we go through problems. We go through challenges. We have things that happen to us. But when we say these things in the morning, it comes true for us. When your relationship seems to go through like this sour note, when you're seeing this person is just going in a negative direction and you can't save him or you can't help him, he's just not listening to you, she just doesn't want to talk to you, she doesn't text back when you text her, she's not hearing you, you're trying, you're very positive, but she's not listening to you. Well, that's when you have to take a step back and say, well, I'm going to work on myself, because listen, there is more behind closed doors that is happening that you may not realize. So remember, you can't change everything. You can't do everything. Stop taking the weight of negativity on your shoulders all the time. Take that backpack off your back full of rocks and toxic energy that you may have held in that backpack for so long. I mean, we always talk about releasing and surrendering, and it's easy to say it, but really, try to do this. I guarantee you, it's going to feel phenomenal how great you're going to feel afterwards, okay? So I hope this reading resonated with you and you understood the messages that came through, because they did resonate with me, and I did feel a lot of energy coming through with these cards. These cards are gorgeous. Thank you, Mary. I love them, and I'm going to give her a big shout out later and call her. But I have to say, I was really excited to use these cards. excited to bring them out and show you all how beautiful they are, and I'm going to be using them. But the main thing you want to remember is that it's not the cards, it's the messages that are coming through, what inspires you, and they do inspire me. And if you hear that little squeaky noise, you know who that is. That's Kisses playing with her little babies. We call it, is her little toys she's got. But anyways, I hope you all say your positive affirmations, and I hope you can really take these readings and take notes, whatever is coming to you. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments area. I try my best to get to them as soon as I can. Sometimes it gets a little chaotic for me and I don't get to them right away. Please forgive me, I'm sorry, but I will get to your question. Also, if you would like to book your own personalized reading, I do offer phone chat and email readings, and the links are down below in the description area with my blogs, and you're more than welcome to check out my other blog pages as well, and my videos that are on my YouTube and Facebook channel. Okay, so I hope you all have plans made and have your affirmations laid out, and you're really trying to make things better for the summertime or winter. The summer is a time when we like to get out and do things. Try not to stay indoors. Try to get out more and enjoy the sunshine, okay? So until next time, God bless you all, and namaste.